When Mini set out to make an electric version of their hatchback, the F56, I was very excited. Now this car is meant to be used for daily driving and city commuting, but you guys know me, we have to turn up the switch a little bit. That's right, we're on track with the F56 Mini Cooper SE, and in this video we're going to find out if the electric Mini holds true to its go-kart-like handling roots. You join me in the brand new Mini Cooper S Electric at our track here in North Carolina, which can only mean one thing: full power. This is the track review of the Mini Cooper S Electric. Let's start in everything normal mode to try out. This car has different driving modes. It has Sport, Mid, Green, and Green Plus. It has 2 levels of regenerative braking, and it has 3 levels of traction control: full on, dynamic traction control, and full off. The first thing I'd like to say about the Mini is that it's on these really kind of garbage eco tires. It's how they were able to get the range of the car that they needed. But it is not so good for this kind of stuff. Now, Minis have always been known for go-kart-like handling. I've owned a whole bunch of Minis. I'm such a Mini fan. You know, I had John Cooper Works, GPs, the whole thing. And they are so much fun to drive, and so many driving enthusiasts buy them. So is this really a letdown? Is it better? We're gonna find out. So coming in through the new section of the track, let's push it a little bit. Well, it's definitely sprightly and has a ton of torque. Oh yeah. It's got plenty of power. The traction control is holding us back right now. It's not giving us full blast. I can't help but notice that it seems to really push though. Like, none of the rear tires are at the limit of grip. I'm just gonna take it easy here. We're at 40% state of charge. I've been driving the car most of the day today, and I really want to preserve it for when we go into max handling mode. So while we talk about the Mini, we'll kind of keep it easy. This is the cheapest new electric car on the market in the US, and it has the shortest range of a new electric car. But it's in the super premium package. This is an iconic trim, so it has everything on it. And it's really nice in here. It's got a great sound system, head-up display. Cruise is really nice. We drove this car down from New Jersey yesterday, 500 miles. It was no problem. You just need the charging infrastructure. And if you want to see our road trip videos, I have one hopefully up on Out of Spec by now. I'll put the link over here in the top. Feel free to click it and see how this car was on a road trip. But we're on a track. So the thing is, a lot of Mini owners will use this car for autocross, for you know, back roads, going to the tail of the dragon. So it's important that this car handles well to stay true to the Mini name. So let's put it in sport mode. Instantly notice the throttle response changing. Let's put it in full DSC off, which means I need to hold this button down for 3 seconds. And let's see how she does. So one of the problems with the i3, which this is essentially an i3 front wheel drive, it does have its own battery pack, 33 kilowatt hours, but 29 usable. And one of the problems with the i3 is it overheats quite quickly from driving it hard. And I've noticed on track today in the Mini that it has done the same. So I'm really gonna try to limit my full throttle accelerations because it cuts the power output quite severely. Coming into these corners, you have a little bit of body roll, but nothing unmanageable. I'd say it's compliant, but not too soft. Really nice handling through the transition. Just toss it in through here. You know, obviously it feels heavy. It is heavy. So it definitely gears more towards an understeering type chassis. Like even here, I can hear that front tire work hard. But is it fun? I would say with the right tires, this car would be really no different than any F56 current generation Mini. I'm a big fan, and so now through the back section of the track, let's try and give it some beans. Now I have DSC fully off, but as I come powering out of these corners, I don't know if this camera's picking it up, it's limiting power to 75%, and that's not a power limitation, that's the car trying to stop wheel spin. Even problem with it off. We're doing about 82 miles an hour through the back straight, coming hard in the brakes. It cuts all regen when you get a lot of corner loads. So essentially you'll be getting regen down the straight. As soon as you turn the wheel, the car almost feels like it accelerates, and that's the regenerative braking cutting back. Let's go full power down here, and look, here's our problem. We're at only like 25% power now. I'm floored, we're not even at 60. So it just kills all the fun. So I think we can say the Mini is not a lapper. You can't go out to a track day with this car. It just overheats too quickly. So I'm gonna be easy on it and let it cool down for a second. By the way, this has happened a couple times just from filming today, and no fans have ever kicked on the outside. So the biggest problem definitely is the thermal management. The chassis is great. The power is more than adequate. I don't think anyone buying this car will need more power. I'm very pleasantly surprised with it. I think the power doesn't die off its speed. It gives you full power all the way through. And I wonder if you'll be able to run into this limit on back roads, or if it's more of a track thing where you're just running wide open, and I don't know the answer to that. I will say I drove it quite hard on the street today and did not run into this power limitation issue. Same as I3, you don't really notice it on the street. Yeah, here's the corner lift off. A little bit of lift off oversteering. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's throw it in. Can you drift it? Not really. Lift off. Come on. No, it just understeers. The Mini Electric will not drift, unfortunately, but it's front wheel drive. It was never designed to do that. With the sway bar though, you could probably have a little bit of a play with the rear axle. The steering feel, everything like that is so direct. You know exactly what the front wheels are doing. Because there's no engine noise, you can hear the tires working, which means you have a really good sense of where your limit of grip is. So even though there's no engine and dynamic sound, I should say, to driving hard, on a back road, this car is going to be a little go-kart. I mean, it's really perfect for that kind of thing. This is not its home place, but of course we had to take it out and drive it on track. So yeah, I would say this car, pretty good. I actually am considering buying one. I love Minis, I love electric cars. This is all put together. It's a great value. So I'd say, yeah, the Mini did pretty damn good, and I am a fan. So not a track car, autocross machine by far. You can do a whole autocross session without it overheating. Good tires, brakes are more than adequate. The regen's nice, but I don't like how it cuts when you go into a corner. And there's your quick track review of the Mini Cooper SE.